Good night.
After an introduction like that, it'll be on point. Before you all sit, today is a great day for me, a very special day. I enjoyed coming into another year of my life on Tuesday, so I will celebrate my birthday.
Amen.
Thank God. And if you didn't know that Commander there has taken the responsibility to oversee me here in Trinidad. And that is, I don't ever look over how serious that is. And then today is also special for me because my father there in the back there, who is also a minister. If he thought he was going on high, he is right there. And we have some visitors here as well who came with him all the way from Florida and Orlando.
Amen.
And it's good to have not just one man aboard overseeing my life, but two, and that's a good thing. But nevertheless, it doesn't keep us from challenges, and I did see some challenges this week, but I'm here. So, I have the great opportunity today to open up these 3 days and to just speak briefly before the prophet comes on. And I hope that I could lay some sort of foundation so that when he comes, it's already laid and prepared. So before you all sit, if we could look quickly to 2 Kings 4, 1-7. 2 Kings chapter 4. Roll call. It's been a while since I had ages still in it, so that's a nice thing. 2 Kings 4, 1-7. Could I get started? 2 Kings 4, 1-7. Anyone could read? Give me quickly.
The wife of a man from the company of the prophets cried out to Elisha, "Your servant, my husband, is dead, and you know that he revered the Lord. But now his creditor is coming to take my 2 boys as his slaves." Elijah replied to her, "How can I help you? Tell me, what do you have in your house?" "Your servant has nothing here at all," she said, "except a little oil." Elijah said, "Go around and ask all your neighbors for empty jars. Don't ask for just a few. Then go inside and shut the door behind you and your sons. Pour oil into all the jars, and as each is filled, put it to one side." She left him and afterwards shut the door behind her and her sons. They brought the jars to her, and she kept pouring. When all the jars were full, she said to her son, "Bring me another one." But he replied, "There is not a jar left." Then the oil stopped flowing. She went and told the man of God, and he said, "Go sell the oil and pay your debts. You and your sons can live on what is left."
Amen. You all can have your seats. We all know this story very, very well. And the good thing about it is today we have a prophet in our midst. We see here that this lady, the wife of a prophet, is now having to handle a situation that she did not put herself in. It was not a situation. It was not a responsibility. But yet, she was left with a debt to be paid. from a man of God, I would say. Now, there's many ways that I can look at this, but tonight I want to look at what transpired just in that one part. She explained to the man of God what was going on. And to me, it would be ridiculous for him to ask, what can I do for you? You see, many times we expect somebody else to solve the problem. And we see it right here. This is the believer problem. That we have issues and we seek out men of God and we want them to do something to make it right. She probably was expecting that he would have said, how much is the debt? And let me get the other prophets and the members together and let us give us some money to solve the problem. But that doesn't fix everything. Amen. It still leaves gaps because she would have only been able to clear that one debt. We see that he asks her, what do you have? And immediately she said, I have nothing but just a little oil. Many times I look at this and we have something, but we always think it's nothing. And when I look at this, I realize that God is not really constrained to our capacity. We have a man of God here coming, and we have to receive. And sometimes what is asked sometimes seems difficult. But yet you want breakthrough. You expect something good, but you think you have nothing to give. Now, I can't understand that particular part because olive oil back in those days was very expensive. So even a little bit would have costed something. But she said she only had a little bit. And what the prophet told her, once again, is a believer's problem. In fact, this is a problem with many, I would say, poor people. He tell her, go and borrow some jars. You know that people don't like to borrow. Everyone believes you could just go and pay off everything. And he told her, go and borrow some jars. Go do something. He gave her something to do first. Go and borrow some jars. When she went and she borrowed these jars, she started to fill these jars. And when all the jars she borrowed was filled, then the oil stopped pouring. The constraint was only to her capacity, how much she could have gotten. Otherwise, it would have kept flowing. Can't we see that there's a problem there? Because if she had more, she could have gotten more. If she opened herself to more, she could have gotten more. But she kept it small. But what was great when I look at this is even the amount that she had did two things. It paid off the debt in full, and then it gave her enough to live and go beyond. That is what the Bible is saying. Which means that when God sends a man of God to you and gives you the opportunity to grow, the opportunity to come out of your issues and debts and problems, you must first do something. You must first have something. You can't just come and just expect it just like that. You are required to do something. You require to step and do something. And then when you